What's going on, YouTube? How y'all doing? What's up, Haley Garrett? Alright, that's enough. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? How y'all doing? How you been? So, it's a beautiful day here in Oregon. I just want to say that. It's a beautiful day in Oregon. It is toasty. It's damn near 90 degrees outside. Look at that. Look at that. So, anyway, stop. Gonna do a quick little video here, something that I think is important, and I've seen the result from other drivers not doing this, and I don't know if they're still working for that company. So something I want to point out: when you're in school, when you're doing your CDL schooling, through your pre-trip, one of the things that you need to check when you're coupling to that trailer is you're checking the distance between the bottom of your trailer and that skid plate to make sure there is no air, there's no light, there's no gap, okay? And I got a trailer back there that we're gonna take a look at, but first we're gonna start here. Turn this thing, oh, it's hot, it gets too hot. So what we're gonna take a look at, we can see it. I'm not sure we can. Probably can't quite see it. I guess what I wanted to point out through the mirror there, when you're backing up to your trailer, and this will come with time, but once you start backing up and you look back there, you're gonna know the distance between the bottom of that trailer and your tire. When you see your drive back there in that mirror, you're gonna start being able to tell if that trailer is too high already. That doesn't mean, you know, looks good, keep on backing. We're always gonna stop and get out and check. But I can tell you right now that trailer is sitting too high. So let's get out and take a peek at it. All right. So first thing we're gonna look at, just from here, we got our fifth wheel, or I'm sorry, we got our skid plate. And if we get down kind of level with the bottom of the trailer there, you can tell. Now, normally I would back up even more, but I wanted to stop right here to show you. You can already tell that when this fifth wheel goes flat, we're gonna have a gap in between the bottom of the trailer and the skid plate here. Okay? So you always want to check for that. Now let's go ahead and back it up. Now I am at the May terminal still here in Brooks. It's a controlled environment. I just want to point that out. And that's right. If you see those rolling down the road, baby, you better watch out. Alright. So we're going to just back it up here. And we're going to watch my drive gets underneath there, right about here. Now I can tell that trailer is sitting way too high. Now why would it be sitting way too high? Let's talk about that real quick. When you drop a trailer, you're not running the landing gear all the way to the ground and turning more, because when you pull out, it's going to be letting it sit too high. Let's go back and take another look at it. Alright, so we're not under it yet, but look at that. There's no way in hell that's acceptable. No way in hell. That skid plate should be flush. This trailer you should have felt that trailer come in to about this point here, and then lift up and start sliding along your fifth wheel. I just got grease on my finger. I didn't mean to touch that. Dang it. Okay, so this trailer is sitting way too high. So you can back underneath it, but you want to stop to where your first drive, this tire here, is about right here. Get out and check how that is looking, how you're lined up with it, and then you're gonna know right away if it's sitting too high. Now, not worst case, but a bad scenario is that sitting way too high, but you continue to back underneath it, and that kingpin just skips right over the top of that fifth wheel as you continue backing, and then you're gonna end up with this trailer in the back of your tractor. And then you're in trouble because you didn't do what you should have done, which is got out to check everything. All right, so it's clear that we need to lower this thing down. Now, this trailer's empty, and it doesn't matter if it's loaded or empty, because I'll tell you what, I have found this problem so many times it's not even funny. There's so many drivers out there that will run this gear all the way to the ground, and they'll keep on turning on this damn thing, and then you end up in a situation like I am, which is I have to come back here, I've got to lower it down to close that gap, and then continue backing underneath it. So let's just do that. And I don't remember which way I'm going here. Yep. So we're gonna lower it down. I'm gonna watch that. You can already see that fifth wheel flattening out, but I can still see light underneath there. I want that fifth wheel. You see that light on that skid plate there? If you can see light through it, you're still too high. I want this trailer putting a little pressure on that skid plate. I want it resting on that skid plate. You know, you don't want it so low that the end of your skid plate there, those little points poke into the trailer. That's going the opposite way. Now you're way too low. Now you're gonna get in trouble for not checking that before you backed into it. So we're gonna keep on lowering this thing. We're gonna watch. I'm trying to do this with one arm and watch where I'm turning. Now you hear that hissing? You probably can't hear it, but there's a real slight hiss. And that slight hiss is telling you that there is pressure on the back of this tractor now, and your airbags are actually adjusting to that pressure. So we're good there. We're good right there. We just put just enough pressure on that, which is perfect. Now we can keep turning, you know, another half turn, no point to, because I heard it hiss, and that's right where I want it to be. Now we're gonna check it one more time. No light, no gap, no air. Our kingpin is lined up where we need to be. And that fifth wheel, we got just the right height between here. So now, it's just a simple thing. Since my truck shut off, I gotta reset that. So, something to definitely pay attention to.
Home. Messaging.
Alright. Always check that. If you don't check it, I saw a guy, and I knew exactly what happened when I saw the incident. There's two heavy wreckers trying to upend a loaded beer trailer. Loaded with beer, and he probably backed into there with too much gap. He pulled right out, he hooked up his air and electrical and rolled right out of there to the scale. And as he was rounding the corner to the scale, that trailer skipped right up over his fifth wheel and rolled over. And that, my friends, was bad. Bad news. So we're lined up right where we need to be. We heard a click. That's those jaws locking around that fifth wheel, or I'm sorry, that kingpin. Now we're in drive and we're going to give it a little tug. Little tug test. Okay. Two or three tugs on there. Make sure that's nice and locked in there.
Messaging.
Okay, and now let's come back and check it one more time. We need to make sure there's no gap. Okay, so we're good there. Now we're gonna do one final thing to check. Make sure we're coupled. And we're gonna look underneath here, and you can see the lock jaws right where the tip of my finger is. If there's enough light, there's lock jaws right there. That's telling me that those jaws are locked around that kingpin. Now the other thing that we want to do to make sure that confirms that is this handle right here. It's all the way in. It's been locked in place. So that trailer ain't going nowhere. And now it's just a matter of running our landing gear up the rest of the way, which I'll do when I get my gloves back on. Remember, everybody uses gloves. So if you come up here barehanded, you're gonna end up like my fingers look like right now, because I touch stuff without gloves on. But your whole entire hand will look like that, okay? So important to go through everything every time. Don't get complacent. Don't get complacent. Complacency can kill. Or complacency can cause a lot of damage. Complacency can cause you to lose a job. So we check between our duals, since this has duals and not super singles. We're making sure nothing's in there. We're checking our hub oil level. We're checking our tire tread all the way around. Checking our duals on this side. Same thing on this side. Inside and out. Hub oil level. So on and so forth. And there's more to it, but I just want to give you a somewhat quick rundown of what you should be looking for every time you get a trailer. Those pins need to be adjusted. They're not even well locked, so whoever parked this thing could have had an issue with that too. So it's important, people. It's important. Pre-trip and everything. Every time you get a new trailer, every time you drop a trailer off and you hook up to another trailer, you take another trailer out of the yard, pre-trip it. You got problems with this thing, you're gonna end up sitting on the road or worse. So just do it proper, and that'll save you a lot of headaches and heartache in the future. And that's all we got for right now. What a pretty girl. You want to come on out? You don't want to come out because there's no stairs, you little princess. You little spoiled doggy. She's like, where's my stairs? How do I get down? Because I don't have a rolling staircase. Alright, y'all. Let me hear those questions, comments, concerns, suggestions for other videos. You like what I got, subscribe, hit that little bell next to it. That'll update you when I post new stuff. And I'll get at you next time. Enjoy this beautiful weather we're having. Catch you later.